Annie has to get on a plane in 10 minutes. Go.
Hey, fans of the Monday Movie Club. This week, Amy picked South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut, like my penis, from 1999, which is number 832 on the Franken list. So it was one of the movies I had to watch. So thank you, Amy. Why'd you pick this movie?
I fucking love this fucking movie.
Okay, I am Frank Gaffney. With us, as always, Joel froze. Joel is frozen. Um,
Oh,
But I'm
yeah.
here. I'm
No.
we
here.
can
You
hear
can hear
him.
me.
We can hear
Yes.
him. Yeah. Mark Wotitz Gartner has the picture up. Goldfuck and a little bit of Cringer there on the side. Annie King is in the airport. Where?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach, because she's doing that 25 for 25 JetBlue. I'll explain it in the comments. All right, so we're gonna let Annie go first because you got to get on her plane.
Go.
So
Go.
yeah, okay, yeah. No, it was such a silly movie and way too long.
An,
All the
an
songs
hour
make
and 20 minutes?
yeah, way too long already. The first couple of songs were cute, and then it was like, oh, not another song, please. Don't sing another song. Um, the one thing that I laughed out loud at was when the mole was looking at night and it was the viewfinder and he was looking at animal pictures. That was my favorite. Yeah. So, yeah, but it was just over the top. The first couple of songs, okay, great, but then it just became like, oh, no more, please. So I'm going with 2.5.
2.5? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And she
and
has
I
to.
and I wish I was like a 16-year-old boy and I could really appreciate it, but not.
Uh, we will be hearing from our 16-year-old boy in a minute. But first,
You're clearly not an uncle fucker.
but
No.
first, I can't even answer that comment. All right, so here's the plot of the movie. Enjoy your flight home, Annie.
Okay. I'm waiting for Tina so I can. Yeah. I'll tell you when I have to go. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
on.
The third graders of South Park sneak into an R-rated film by ultra-vulgar Canadian television personalities Terrence and Phillip and emerge with expanded vocabularies that leave their parents and teachers scandalized. This is the right. They did this right during the second season of South Park, third
It was probably
season.
the third.
Second, I actually listened to the audio commentary on
Okay.
the disc.
So South Park was a big thing at the time and was actually getting the same criticism, warping children's minds. I wasn't and still am not a fan of South Park. When it came along in 1999, I was pleasantly surprised and I really enjoyed it. But let's see how I feel now in 2025, 26 years
Anything
later.
you liked it considering your name?
The film's meta narrative made knowing winks at their controversy, and after quickly becoming household names, the show's creator, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, were accused by conservative and Christian groups of corrupting American children. So they created this perfect response, commenting on their own existence, effectively arguing for its right to exist by depicting how censorship is ineffective and often misplaced. And it definitely is a very strong critique of that. Just like I think the thing that bothered Annie is exactly South Park. They're always over the top, but usually on target. And and how many years, Joel? Come on, have people argued with the MPAA and their stupid rules about violence versus sex?
Oh, it's. I think the Earth hasn't been around that long.
And in another meta moment, it was rated R, so no one under 17 could go see the movie without a parent or guardian. So I guess the grosses weren't as high as they could be. And I read somewhere that the kids were actually buying tickets to Wild Wild West, which was PG-13, and snuck into South Park as they should.
They should have just hired a homeless guy. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Um, and it's also the kind of film where you would think, oh my God, you couldn't say that kind of stuff today, but you know what? You couldn't even say it then, and and it didn't stop them from doing it. So, and crazy to think. I mean, this is how monetarily based movie studios are. What studio in their right mind would release a movie that had a giant clitoris, a gag about using a coat hanger to perform an abortion, a scene where Saddam Hussein waves a prosthetic penis as Satan before making a joke about Liza Minnelli's fat ass? I mean, it's just as crazy now as it was 25 years ago. Seriously.
Annie, Mark is loving this shot.
Yeah, seriously. Don't move that phone.
And maybe a little bit of the bite and the shock value has gone since 1999, mostly because this satire has become a reality. So it's hard to be a satire when everything around you is living satire. It's ridiculous. So, the movie is still oddly relevant.
Well,
And
they've actually made it kind of relevant again since the current episodes of the show have brought back Satan. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And Saddam Hussein is exactly back, except he has Donald Trump's face now. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same way.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
He's animated exactly the same voice, just Donald Trump's face, constantly changing.
yeah.
Oh, how funny. So, okay, so then it is still oddly relevant, and there's a problem that no one has an answer to, not Parker, not Stone, and not even Brian Boyce. So this movie absolutely laid the groundwork for their next movie, Team America World Police, but especially for the Book of Mormon. I mean, perfect setup. Solid 3 stars for me. A lot of it works and a lot of it is funny, but is it a great film? No. It really is just an extended episode of South Park, and for some people, obviously that's good enough. All right, so
Which, by the way, I never
16-year-old
watched.
boy.
Wait,
Well,
hold
there
on.
are some episodes you definitely should watch, Annie.
The entire first season.
That got so much better since then.
Oh, I don't know about
And
that.
there was a kind of sequel in that they did like a 3-part, what was it called? Imaginarium or something. I remember watching that.
Yes. I remember that vaguely.
Yeah, and it was like a big 3-part.
Yeah, I forget
So
what
that
season that's
easily
part of.
could have been a movie. I think it was even released as a DVD. The
There have
3
been a
episodes.
couple of seasons recently where the whole season was one continual plot line.
Yeah.
Right.
COVID
Right.
specials, they did post-COVID specials.
Yeah. All right. So Mark G,
Yeah.
our 16-year-old boy, did you still love it? Obviously, you have the picture up.
It's not a love, but it is definitely like, and it's funny because I haven't watched South Park in 20 years now, but when it first came out in 90, I just graduated college in 97 and I had the summer off. And one of my friends, I had a good group of friends and we all went over to my house and somebody brought over a tape, an actual VCR tape. And we watched like the first 6 episodes that they had taped. I had never heard of it. And we were all dying. It was hilarious. It was the funniest thing ever. And then sure, when this came out, I actually watched it while I was in a national training for BDO. So I was now an adult at a CPA training, but I loved it.
You were not mature and sophisticated.
I was clearly not.
Were you super?
Super. Thanks for asking. I'm going to my notes now. I wrote, this is clearly the best movie musical out there. I cracked up when Cartman said the animation's all crappy, and then they all walked in silence, showing how bad South Park's animation really is. All I could think during the Uncle Fucker song is, well, at least Amy did this to herself, so she won't hate any of us, because I thought you would have hated that song.
Oh my God, I love that song.
Okay.
I know all the words.
That's not what I was expecting. Okay.
There really aren't a lot of words to memorize.
Mr. Garrison telling the kid, "Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who isn't a complete retard."
Complete retard.
made, and I laughed out loud at that. I was not expecting
You
that.
know why you laughed at that?
Why?
Because you're a complete
Complete
retard.
retard.
There you go.
We're gonna get canceled now.
Hey, we're just quoting the movie.
Yeah,
There
I
you go.
know.
It's cinema. And George Clooney was amazing as a doctor. I don't know how he didn't get nominated.
And this, isn't this right around ER time? Was he
Oh,
still on the
he was
show?
definitely it was a kid, so he's a pediatrician. It was definitely playing Dr. Ross or whatever his name was in that.
Yeah. And he was still on the show at the time.
He also voiced the pig in one of the episodes in the first 2 seasons. He somehow knew them.
Yeah.
So he literally was credited in some of the episodes. Whatever song Mr. Mackey sang to the kids to cleanse them was very cute. Where, instead of fuck Satan K, I enjoyed that.
Okay.
And obviously I clearly have the same vision of heaven as this movie did.
I thought of you for sure.
Yeah. I had forgotten all about that, and I was like, oh my God. And then at the end,
Yeah.
when he finally gets there, I was like, oh, that's perfect. And who knew all along that Saddam was such an asshole? Blame Canada is a legit good song.
Nominated for Best Song Oscar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I even watched the clip of Robin Williams doing it on the
Oh, yeah. I need to
Very
do
funny.
that.
I did not.
He came out with black tape on his face.
Yeah.
Funny. I remember Kyle's mom was a big fat bitch, but I forgot how funny it was. I was cracking up the entire time. The entire time.
Well,
When he did that the comic threes, he did it three times and then started in. It was hilarious. Barbara Streisand, haha. I don't remember why I wrote that. I guess they mentioned her name at some point. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what the line was, but yeah.
Okay. So for me,
I thought of Frank at the time.
yeah, that's why I wrote it. This was equal parts childish fart jokes with eye-rolling moments mixed with legit hilarity and movie musical genius. It's hard to rate, so I'm also going with a very solid 3 stars.
Joel, are you as solid as these people?
solid as a rock.
Joel's still frozen for everybody. He hasn't moved
Yes,
since he
I have not
Yeah.
moved. I'm
Yeah.
actually. It's not the video. It's me.
That was my joke. That's why he's solid.
I was going to say that Joel, are you sure I was going to say maybe you just don't have video on.
No, it's on.
Oh, okay.
It has to be on to have captured that frozen moment of me
beautiful
looking
picture.
like an idiot. I preferred the other one when I was frozen with Frank and Amy couldn't see me, where I was like I'm doing this. I'm literally I'm still moving as
I
if
can see this.
I can see me moving.
I see nothing. Yeah.
Want to go out and come back in again?
No, it's kind of pointless at this point.
All
Annie's
right.
going to leave in a minute. I got to run at some point. It's just crazy. Anyway, I've seen this movie.
Annie, can you still hear us? Okay, good. This is like me when I went on Ratatouille.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you even
And
here?
then, Annie, if you can hear us, can you please angle the phone back at your chest?
And that was the correct response, Annie.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
tried.
thank you. Thank you.
I've seen this movie a number of times over the years. Admittedly,
Oh, this was only my second time.
admittedly, I was watching South Park soon after it started airing, but somewhere along the line, I faded out. Probably somewhere, let's say around season 10, maybe ish. They're up to like season 26 or 7 or 8 or something like that at this point. And I have been watching the more recent episodes just to see what's going on. But I watched the movie this time with the commentary that I hadn't listened to before, figuring, all right, let's see what they have to say. It is a very entertaining commentary. They have some insightful things to say, in spite of the fact that they pretty much claim, and the commentary was recorded 10 years after the movie, so it's 16 years old at this point.
Right, and I remember reading something that said that they didn't even remember because they were so busy doing the show.
They didn't remember a lot, so they told like these. You could literally hear them going through a checklist in their brain of things that they should comment on. And then after about half an hour, they're like, all right, we don't remember anything else. So we're going to grab this person who's out in the hallway and bring them in. And maybe they'll have stories. And it's literally the same. It becomes the same joke that they bring in the guy that's he's like I forget his exact position. He's been with the show since the beginning, and they based Butters off of him apparently, because they kept
Right.
joking about that. But literally, he's like, "Did you talk about the going to the Oscars? Yes. Did you talk about this? Yes. Did you talk about this? Yes. Did you talk about this? Yes." So he's literally just reinforcing the checklist. Then they bring in like the executive producer,
Who reinforces the checklist?
yeah, and then they bring in Bill Hader and some other guy who's friends with them and didn't work on the movie but worked on the show much later, and the whole commentary just goes off the rails at that point because they're just
That's funny.
talking
They have
about
nothing to say.
they have nothing to say.
They're not even watching the movie anymore.
No, but it's a funny and entertaining thing, and I'm trying to remember some of the stuff they actually said. One of which was being that they don't remember making the movie, but I think the best thing was they admitted that the concept for the film was literally a 20-second conversation. That it was like we wanted to make a movie about the kids not being able to get into an R-rated movie, and somehow it was Canada's fault. That was the
There's a premise right there.
Exactly, and they just kind of filled it in from there. But there were some entertaining stories. You talk about the marketing of the film. It is an R-rated movie. Paramount basically sent two people from marketing to sit down with Parker and Stone and literally do this whole explanation of why the movie needed to be rated PG or PG-13 instead of R, because you'd only make this much money instead of this much money, not just in the theaters but on cable. And the two of them are playing out the whole meeting like with voices and stuff of what the marketing executive sounded like. Very funny, very entertaining. But anyway,
yeah, but that would have never worked.
No, it wouldn't have worked as a PG movie, and
right.
It wouldn't have been South Park, and they stuck to their guns the whole way, getting the movie made, and it is what it is.
One of the trivias I read, speaking of all that, sorry to interrupt, was, and I don't know how true it is. We all read the IMDb trivia, obviously, and it said that they had 399 curses, and 400 makes it NC-17.
I don't think that's a thing because
but
the members of the MPAA who are going to sit down and watch the movie are not going to sit there going,
yeah, it's arbitrary. 3, it's really arbitrary.
I know it is true with R versus PG-13. I think you can say fuck like up to only 6 times.
Yeah, there's like I don't even think it's that much. I think it's less than that, but
once or twice maybe.
Right, and then obviously, male nudity sends a movie from R to full frontal male nudity makes.
Speaking of which, we just watched the Suicide Squad last night, which has all of the above.
It has male nudity.
Yeah, there's a random full frontal male nudity part for no reason at all. No reason.
Is this the new Suicide Squad or the old?
The newer, 2021, yeah. There's no reason to watch the old one, but anyway, let's move on.
Whose penis is it?
A random revolutionary.
Wow. I want to see famous penis. I don't want to see random.
Well, you get to see John Cena in his underwear, so
yeah.
In his tidy whities. Anyway, solid 3 stars from me as well. That's all I got.
Amy, so this is a movie you've seen 800 times.
Well, this is a movie I still think I own. I forgot to look for the VHS tape of. And I loved it so much. I was very close with my friend Terry at the time. And I remember I went to his apartment and I gave him a copy of the tape. I was making copies of this tape for everybody. So I'm pretty sure I still have it.
FBI, please arrest this woman.
So, yeah. The fact that it's a musical, the satire of it all, the take on Les Mis, Joel, the one line that none of these non-nerds would get, that where it came from. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about that line. I have had enough of you. Right? Thank you for that. Straight out of Star Trek 3.
Yes.
Kicking a Klingon in the face and kicks him off into the fire.
Whoa. It's just not any Klingon. That's Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd, yes. So, yeah. There's so many ins. I think the more
Annie, love you. You leaving?
Love you, Annie. You look like you're leaving. Maybe not.
No.
There's so many things to catch here that you just don't catch unless you watch it a million times. which is another thing I love. I love the songs. I love the mole. Like I said, the whole Les Mis thing, everything about this movie, except yes, I do, even though it is an hour and 20 minutes, the last, every movie that's like a big fight at the end, the last 10, 15 minutes is like, all right, let's move on already. It was too much already.
Yeah.
But I am still giving this movie 4 stars.
Wow.
You're giving this
I-
4 stars.
Wow.
I haven't seen this movie probably in at least 15, 20 years. But when it came out, I probably saw it 100 times. I just watched the tape, rewind, start it again.
You
So
know,
I memorized everything.
You're mentioning it as being a musical reminded me, one of the things they were saying is that Paramount would not market it as a musical. You know, at the
really?
time,
Yeah.
things, you know.
Oh yeah, because kids don't want to see a musical.
Yeah, well, they were parroting the Disney movies, you know, with what they were doing as well as Broadway. But you know, movie musicals were kind of still in that dead zone because we hadn't had Chicago yet. So
Right.
to take it out of that, so all of the
And they even do that today with some musicals.
Oh, sure. I remember looking at the Mean Girls musical that came out last year. I was like,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
a musical? Why are there no
Yeah, I remember
songs in the
Yeah.
trailer?
Yeah. Made you think it was just a remake.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, go ahead, because Frank, you were going to say something. I won't forget.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering. So you watched it again this week and you thought, this is definitely brilliant. It's in my top 10 of all time.
I don't know if it's in my top 10 of all time, but I put it in my top 50. I had the biggest smile on my face through 90% of the movie. I went, oh my God, yeah, shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a bona biting bastard, Uncle Fucker. I mean, I know all the words. I love this movie. I don't know why. And it reminds what I was going to say was they're like Matt and Trey are like the animated Coen brothers to me. I love Team America, loved it, and I have not ever missed a South Park episode. I tape it
Okay, so here's a question for you, Amy. Have you seen Cannibal the Musical?
I remember hearing about it, but no, I don't think I saw it because I remember it's supposed to be so bad, and I don't love movies that are so bad they're good.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, this is really interesting because you're not usually the one to go for the fart jokes and
Yes.
the
Yeah.
I know, and one
all
of
the
you mentioned
cursing.
farting before. I think it was you, and I thought, oh, I do hate fart jokes. I don't find them funny at all. And I don't like cursing for cursing's sake. Something that's not funny. If you show an old lady saying "fuck," it's suddenly funny. No, it's not. It's stupid. But I think this movie, the writing is just fabulous. And South Park is not the South Park that people who don't watch it or only watch the early seasons, it's not like that anymore. It's not just nonstop stupid jokes at all. The commentary, the satire, I think is terrific.
Well, the satire and commentary has always been there. It's just they've fine-tuned it more over the years. And
Yeah, I mean, the first episode was Cartman gets his anal probe. Come on,
Yeah.
it's stupid. It's not like
let's
that.
just say
No,
they
I'm still laughing
sharpened
at that
their
one.
blade.
Yeah.
They sharpened
Say
their
what?
blade. Sharpened
What?
their blade
Oh, yes. Exactly.
Yeah. as they became sophisticated and mature.
Yeah, and I love how all the Trumpanzees just hate it now because they're satiring Trump. So good for them.
And Paramount just gave them $1 billion.
Right.
Yeah, I'm. It's gonna be interesting to see how this continues at this point with Skydance now owning Paramount and gunning to buy Warner Brothers. You know, how
again,
much of a
I
leash
think-
they're really gonna have.
No, I think it goes right back to Paramount even agreeing to do the movie in 1999. It's like all about the dollar. It's making them money.
Sure.
They don't care what. They'll compromise any principle to make the almighty buck.
Yeah, well, yes, but you know, the question becomes is if they're we're in a time where and they are guilty of it, or at least Paramount is guilty of it. We're in a time where there are political forces that are, you know, basically extorting them. You know, CBS paid money, and that's Paramount. You know, they paid an extortion fee to the Trump administration.
Yeah.
So if they come back and say, hey, we don't want this South Park shit going on anymore, you know, what's Skydance going to do?
I think we're getting sidetracked, Joel.
We are, but anyway.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for us then.
South Park is available on VHS.
At Amy's house and
At
only
Amy's house.
Amy's house.
And no, Mark, you don't have it still? No. It
I
was your
never
friend
had it.
that had the VHS.
Yeah, and I don't own this movie.
I used watching this as an excuse to upgrade to the 4K disc. So
Nice.
Okay.
it was on sale at the evil Amazon Empire. So
All right, Amy, you might want to get it. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is on Paramount Plus for now. Next week, Mark picked The King's Speech, and this is a movie again, like
Very similar to South
Amy.
Park.
Yeah, Amy picking that stupid juvenile movie is like we're in a bizarro world. She's
Yeah, yeah,
picking
yeah.
the
It
mature, sophisticated movie.
shows how mature and sophisticated I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that one's not available on the usual subscription-based streaming services.
No.
But it is on Stars, DirecTV, and the Roku channel, please. Whatever.
the Roku channel is I think you can watch it there with commercials though. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Is it not on Hoopla?
No. No hoopla.
Damn it.
All right. I'm Frank Gaffney. Go watch a movie. Uncle Fucker.
And also with you.
Fuck you.
Hang on. I'm
Fucker,
trying-
fucker, 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 fucker.